Here we have for sale our absolutely stunning 2018 on an 18 plate Volkswagen Transporter. This is a T6, which is the shape. It is a T30, which means it's got a 3-ton gross vehicle weight. This has got the 2-litre TDI Euro 6 engine with 150 brake horsepower, and that is married up to a 6-speed manual gearbox. This is an Edition, so it's not a Highline, it's actually higher spec than a Highline, and the model is known as an Edition. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on an Edition. There's also some nice optional extras over and above on this particular vehicle, which I'll talk you through. So look at the condition, spec, because this vehicle is currently available for sale at the time of recording. It's a short wheelbase as well, and the quickest way of seeing that is behind the side loading door. If there's no space like that, that tells you it is a short wheelbase. If you've got a bit of a gap there with a panel, then as I say, that tells you it's a long. Speaking of side loading door, that brings us on to the first bit of spec on this particular example, and you can see here we've got a driver's side loading door. So that tells us that this has got twin side loading doors. So a really nice bit of spec to have, not standard, especially for a combi van like this where you've got 5 seats, you've got 3 in the back. It allows you then to access those seats from both sides. So a really nice bit of spec. I really like to see that on combi vans. Looking in at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one is spec'd with a rear glazed tailgate. What I mean by that, tailgate meaning one door which opens like so, and glazed meaning it's got the rear window. It is a heated rear window, so you do have the heating elements there in the rear screen, and of course you've got the rear wiper there as well. On an Edition, you get a number of these decals around the vehicle. So I think you've got a lovely contrast here between the solid red colour and these black decals which are around the vehicle. So all along the bottom here, you've got these gloss black Edition decals on there as well. And then, as I say, that ties in really nicely with a couple of other bits, which I'll show you a little bit later in the video. You also get colour-coded bumpers. So you can see here we've got the colour-coded rear bumper, and that has got rear parking sensors nicely integrated. And you've also got, on this particular example, a rear camera, reversing camera, which again, very, very nice bit of spec to have. The single eye in red, that tells us this is 150 brake horsepower. If we open up the tailgate, we can then start to have a look at the load area of this particular example. So first thing that strikes me when I open this is that we do have some carpet lining here in the rear of the van. Anyone who watched the video, or if you've been keeping an eye on our videos for any time over the last couple of weeks, you'll have seen my blue personal combi. So you'll know I'm a big fan of carpet lining in the rear of the vehicle. I think it just quietens the whole vehicle down, gives it a much more luxurious, comfortable feel in the back. And what they've done here, which I do quite like as well, is they've covered the rear wheel arches, as I say, and actually putting this flat top on here, you can actually stack things on here a lot more easily if you wanted to. On a combi, you get this nice soft touch flooring as well, which is great because you can just sweep that out if you need to. But the fact that it is slightly padded means if you need to crawl in there on your knees to go and get something, then as I say, it doesn't kill your knees at the same time. Get some tie down points here in the back, and you've also got a couple of load lights as well on this headlining just there as well. In terms of condition, absolutely fantastic condition in the back. The places to look out if you're viewing these vans is these sorts of areas here, this exposed painted area on either side. Keep an eye out for those. If they're battered, that will usually tell you that maybe the van has had a bit of a hard life, but you can see here that this one certainly hasn't. Same goes with the tailgate, fantastic condition here, and all carpet lined as well on the rear. If we shut the rear door, we can then continue to go around the vehicle. Looking then down the passenger side here, using the reflections where available, you can just see how clean and straight this vehicle is. It is in absolutely fantastic condition throughout. Same goes with the tailgate as well, to be honest with you. Looking there, it is in really, really good order. There's nothing that I can see there untoward whatsoever. Even the rear bumper, I mean, if you being hypercritical, the smallest of stone chips just there. Is that a stone chip? No. It is in really, really good order, this van, as you'll see as we're going around. Mud flaps as well on this particular example, which wouldn't come as standard. Those are really nice, just helps keeping the vehicle clean, especially in the winter months. And then, as I say, just looking down that passenger side in really, really good order. And I say that lovely Edition decal down the side there. And I say, I think when you tie that in with everything else, it just sets the vehicle off really, really nicely. Looking then at the alloy wheels. So these are the, again, genuine VW, but Edition alloy wheels. 17-inch, they're diamond cut face with a gloss black insert. And again, just that gloss black tying in with everything else, including gloss black wing mirrors. That's another bit of spec that you get on the Edition. If we open up the side loading door here, this is going to be quite difficult to show you on camera, but this van has got power latching twin side loading doors. What I mean by that is when you shut the door, it will actually, I don't know if you could see that on there then, but it's basically soft closure. So when you shut the door, if you ever get in a habit of maybe not shutting the door hard enough, and the door kind of stays there half open, on these being power latching doors, when they're just on the brink of being closed, the van will kind of electronically pull them in for you. Really nice bit of spec to have, if I'm honest. And then looking in the back here, another thing which has been optioned on this is the black leatherette. So as standard, these will come with a cloth trim. This is actually the same trim, but in a different colour that was on my personal van, again, which is the one I referred to earlier in the video. So really nice. I love this leatherette trim because, again, it just allows you to wipe this off really easily. If you get in here with, as if it's been hammering down outside, you jump in here and you've got wet trousers or something, you can wipe this down really, really easily. ISOFIX in the back as well, so perfect for carrying a baby seat in the back of here. And then the beauty of the Kombi is these versatile rear seats. This one, again, is spec'd with a 2+1. The standard, they become with a bench. So you've got a 2+1 rear seat in this Kombi, and this gives you a host of different options. So to start off with, you've got this little handle on the back here. Pull on that, and you can flip the seat forward. That gives you access then into the rear. Push that back down. You've also then got this little black tab just here. If you pull on that, you can then fold the seat down flat. You can do exactly the same with those seats over there as well. So you can fold all of these seats down flat. If you go to the advert of this vehicle, if you haven't already seen it, which will be on our website or on Auto Trader, etc., look through the pictures. You'll see I've got a picture there going across, and it just shows you exactly how flat these seats fold. On the single seat, you get this top tether as well, which some child seats will benefit from. The lovely thing, again, then, what you've got with these rear seats is from this position here, these seats can be easily removed. So you've got these quick release points on the bottom, so you can quickly remove those seats if you want to. And as I say, being a 2+1, you could just remove the single, or you can just remove the two if you wanted, leaving one or the other. So as I say, just a host of versatility on these rear seats. Again, tie down points in the back of here, and then let's open up the front here so we can have our first look inside the cab. Looking at the passenger door card there, all in lovely condition. And then looking at the front, the step is all very nice. This one has had the lovely Volkswagen rubber overmats added, which I always like to see because it just shows someone has really cared for the van. Looking at the floor underneath, you can see how that has benefited there, all in lovely, lovely order. Same with the leatherette seats in the front as well, all in really nice order. And then one of my favourite bits of spec, and that is the twin adjustable armrests on the front seats. You can adjust them using this little dial under here, and that allows you then to set your desired height. Makes them fantastic to travel in as a passenger. And even on the passenger seat, you've got height adjustability. You can adjust the backrest exactly the same as what you do on the driver's seat, so you can really get into a nice position there. You can turn the front airbag off if you're carrying a child seat in the front of here as well. You can see on this particular vehicle we have got the full book pack, which would have come with the vehicle originally. And I've got my phone plugged in there, and I'll show you why when we go around to the driver's side. Shutting this door then, let me see if I can show you again. See if you can pick this up. As I say, it is very subtle. And there we are. It just sort of pulls it in at that last stage, which, as I say, when you're living with the van, it is very, very nice indeed. Moving them around to the front, and a fantastic bit of spec on the Edition. Another lovely bit of spec is these fantastic LED headlights. Anyone who's owned a Transporter T6, T5 with the normal headlights will know that when it goes dark, those headlights are not very good. Edition comes as standard with the LED headlights. Absolutely love to see that. Personally myself, if I'm ever speccing a Transporter for my own use, first option ticked, LED headlights. Colour-coded front bumper, front fog lights as well. Condition here at the front, tiny little stone chip just there. A couple of other minor stone chips on the bonnet, again all I guess as to be expected. Front bumper as well, I'm taking a good look here at the conditions, all looking really nice. And then having a good look then down the driver's side, and again using those reflections where available. There's one little small pin dent there which I will show you in just a second. Gloss black roof as well, which again just I think ties in really nicely with the contrast on this van with the red, the gloss black elements. You've got the decals in gloss black, you've got the gloss black on the wheels along with the diamond face, gloss black wing mirrors, not gloss black but black seats, and then also the roof as well. I just think it all sets it off really nicely. As I mentioned, there is a little pin dent here on the side loading door. I say that is very minor, but I do like to point anything out that I can see. That is a fantastic looking van. Moving then into the cab, we can have a look at the spec inside here. One thing I forgot to mention as well, another thing on addition, these posts here, so the B pillar, that is in, again this is a decal I believe, but gloss black as well, and it just ties everything in really nicely. Opening up the driver's door then we can start to have a look at the spec inside here. So we've got electric windows, electric heated folding mirrors, we've got auto activated lights and auto activated wipers, we've got 2 full remote keys for the vehicle, and again looking at the driver's seat there, full adjustability. You do have 2 armrests on this seat as well, full adjustability, and in lovely condition throughout. Looking at the steering wheel, leather multifunctioning steering wheel. On the right hand side here you've got the onboard computer controls. You can also answer and hang up the phone using this side of the steering wheel. On the left hand side then you've got your cruise control, and you can also change the volume of the radio. Looking at the dashboard then, you can see that the vehicle is running correctly. It is low on fuel. We will be topping that up with fuel, I can assure you. So it won't be going out as empty as that. There's no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard. It's all idling correctly. You can see the mileage there, if we can get out of the shadow, and that is 17,353 miles. So really nice miles on this particular example. And that, as I say, overall, that just really shows with the condition. If I move this sheet out of the way here, you can have a look at the Volkswagen rubber overmat. Move that out of the way, and say we can start to have a look at the floor. The floor is all in really good order under there as well. Chuck the sheet back in, and then I'll jump into the cab and just show you a bit of the spec that you get inside here as well. So moving inside, as I mentioned at the start of the video, if you can remember back 12 minutes and 50 seconds from now, I mentioned it's got a 6-speed manual gearbox, very nice on the motorway, especially when you accompany that with your cruise control. Looking then into the middle, we have got air conditioning, heated windscreen, that's the actual elements in the screen, and then over here we've got a USB and AUX port. The reason I've got my phone plugged in here is because this particular van has got App Connect, and what that means is you've got Apple CarPlay. So fantastic feature to have. If you've ever lived with a vehicle before that has got Apple CarPlay, it is so fantastic to use because you've got your sat nav on here, which is the sat nav on your phone. You can listen to podcasts, your Apple Music if you've got that. Of course you can still use the phone from here, you can compose things for your calendar. It does make life very simple, even Spotify. There's lots and lots of different apps that are compatible with this, and I'd say it makes life so much easier. If we go back to the radio here, you can see that we've got DAB radio, and on this particular example you've even got satellite navigation, so actually sat nav built into this system as well. If for if you don't have a smartphone to plug in, then as I say, you've got sat nav, DAB radio, all that good stuff on here as well. And of course you can connect your phone via Bluetooth if you want. So really good infotainment system on this van. 12-volt socket up on top of here, and another 12-volt socket down there. Not sure if I mentioned that one before, but overall conditioning here just absolutely spot on. Just to summarize then this particular example, this is a Volkswagen Transporter T6 T30 with a 2-litre TDI engine, 150 brake horsepower. It's the Edition model, so actually higher than a Highline. Fantastic specification throughout, including the black leatherette, LED headlights, numerous gloss black options on here, which just really set the vehicle off against this solid red colour. Air conditioning, Apple CarPlay, sat nav, Really, the list does go on and on and on. Reversing camera, carpet lined in the back, very low miles. An absolutely fantastic proposition, I think. And the condition is absolutely spot on, as I'm sure you'll agree. Tiny little pin dent there on that door, but otherwise in really, really good order. If you'd like to inquire, sorry the video's been so long by the way, 15 minutes. May have helped you when on your search for a van. If you'd like to inquire, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed there at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange finance on all of our vehicles, including this one, with rates starting as low as 7.9% APR, and we can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well. Thank you very much for watching.